Hi everyone. So I stopped kind of mid-chapter yesterday because it was running kind of long. Um, and Chase had gone to the park and ran into his little sister, and she seems to be terrified of him. And his dad wants him to get back to football immediately because now that his shoulder's better, he should be able to play. And Chase has to remind him that he has this head injury. Really not a good idea for him to keep playing, I don't think. Anyway, turns out his dad was a big football superstar when he was in middle school, too. Here we go. I'm definitely famous at Hiawassee Middle School. The part I can't figure out is whether I'm famous good or famous bad. There is a difference. The athletic program is my the athletic program is my home here, or at least it was before I got hurt. All my friends seem to be jocks, mostly football players. I guess they were pretty worried when they heard about my accident. I pick up on the occasional grumbling that I have to miss the season, but mostly people are just relieved that I'm okay. The Hiawassee Hurricanes are kind of the kings of all the school. It's a pretty good role to come out of a coma and fall straight into. Since I'm the former captain, I'm almost like the king of kings. To be honest, though, it's hard to picture how I got along with them so well. They're loud, kind of obnoxious, and even though they're really tight, they spend a lot of time shoving and punching each other. Insults constantly fly between them. They probably don't mean it, but it can get pretty ugly. Was I like that too when I was, you know, me? Did I greet my closest friends by pointing out imaginary stains on their shirts so I could slap their faces? Did I insult their moms, their grandmothers, and their grandmothers' grandmothers? Probably. Even so, that was then, and this is now. I've lost a step, maybe because of my concussion. I can't keep up with those guys anymore. Aaron and Bear shield me from the worst of it. Dudes, they'll say, dial it down, our boy's injured. Or they'll step in front of me to absorb a friendly punch or a forearm smash. I appreciate the help. Still, it doesn't change the fact that I'm not the Chase I used to be. I almost wish they'd stop trying to protect me. I hate being weak. The other guys are treating me like I'm strong. I'm not. I get that, but maybe I can fake it until my strength comes back. In the end, Aaron and Bear stress me out more than any of the others because they ask me all these questions. What do you remember? Is your memory coming back yet? When does the doctor say that could happen? When will you be your old self again? Since I've got nothing to offer them, I describe the one memory that I do have, the little girl in the blue dress. They listen with great concentration. And Aaron prompts, his eyes wide. That's it. That's the only thing I remember. But who is she? Bear persists. Where did you see her? I don't know. That's all I've got. They stare at me for a long moment and then both burst out laughing. It's not funny. I'm annoyed. Don't you think I'd tell you more if I had more to tell? Do you know what the word amnesia means? Relax. Aaron puts an arm around my shoulders. We've got your back, boys to the end. Aside from the football players, most of the kids act kind of odd around me. Conversations end when I enter a room. Faces turn toward lockers as I make my way down the hall. I get that the whole school's heard the story of my amnesia and they're a little weirded out by me, but that doesn't explain everything. This one girl who's pushing a rolling cart of textbooks, when she sees me walking next to her, her eyes just about pop out of her head. She spins away and slams into the wall of a doorway alcove. Books go flying in all directions. She trips on one and starts to go down. I grab her arm just to steady her, then she really loses it. Don't! She squeals so loudly, that we're the instant center of attention. I'm mystified. Let me help you pick those up. No! And she's gone, practically running along the corridor, dropping even more books as she escapes. What did I do? I asked Aaron and Bear about it after school, and they treat it like the stupidest question ever. What do you care if a bunch of random nobodies don't like you? Bear demands. It's not that, I tell them. She was scared. Where did that come from? The two exchange a glance. Man, you really did lose your memory, Aaron comments. Come on, guys, talk to me. Bear is impatient. We don't have time. Why? There's no practice today. We've got to be at the Graybeard Motel by 3:30. What's the Graybeard Motel? We've still got 2 months left on our community service, Bear supplies. At the assisted living place on Portland Street, helping out with the geezers and the grandmas. Not everybody's lucky enough to fall off a roof and get excused. I'm on community service? I may not remember much, but I know that community service isn't like getting a detention at school. It's something you get ordered to do in court by a judge. I struggle to sound casual. The last thing I want to do is come across like a wimp to my two best friends. What did we do to get sentenced? I nearly choke on the word. To community service. It was no big deal, Aaron scoffs. We planted a couple of cherry bombs in the piano at open house. It was awesome. Cops are such sticklers about property damage, like there's a great piano shortage in the world. So I'm nonchalant, but it takes some doing. Arrested? We have to go, Bear insists. Yeah, Aaron faces me. Listen, man, I know it bugs you that you can't remember anything about yourself before the accident, but let me fill you in on some details. Our boy, Chase, isn't the kind of kid to get bent out of shape over a bunch of idiots overreacting to a few firecrackers. We did what we did, and we got in trouble for it. End of story. End of story, I echo. I'm speaking carefully, almost as if I'm trying it on for size. I mean, nobody got hurt, so what's the big deal? Bear snickers. Yeah, right. Nobody. Remember that one girl who dumped the frozen yogurt on his head, was telling us about her brother? Wasn't he playing the piano at school and there was an explosion? And didn't he end up being sent away to a boarding home after that? The plot thickens. Talk to you later, guys.